Hey everybody, it's time for another game pickup video, and today I am going to show a couple of games that I've picked up a while ago, 2 weeks or so ago at a game convention that took place in Tilburg, that is in the Netherlands. You might remember, but last year I went there for the first time, so this was actually my second time going to that game convention. Had a blast, again, like amazing experience. I want to say it's like one of the bigger game conventions like here in the Netherlands. It's so spacious, and there's like a ton of games over there, and also quite a bit of like Pokemon. Anyway, last year when I went there, like I had a quite a list, and my main goal was to pick up like Pokemon Gale of Darkness over there for the GameCube, and was very successful with that. But yeah, this time around, of course, I keep saying it, I made a list, but also kind of wanted to take a different approach, just to kind of browse around and just to find the games that I just really wanted to add to my collection. So not really stick to the list, but I use that more as a reminder. And listen, I picked up some very unexpected games, and some games that were like hidden somewhere on an Excel sheet of like, hey, maybe at some point you want to pick this up, but really was not expecting to find that game over here. So yeah, very excited about that one, and very excited about all the other games. So yeah, let's just get started, because I don't know, how many games did I actually pick up? Quite a few, and nothing too crazy though. Nothing too crazy, similar to like a Pokemon Gale of Darkness. But yeah, the last one that I will show is quite to me though, like a very heavy hitting PlayStation 1 title. And I know PlayStation 1 titles, I never show them. Last year I picked up one, and that was Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1, of course. And that was it. So yeah, I rarely add something to the collection. So when I add something to the collection though, it is very meaningful. And yeah, I just don't add something randomly to the collection. Small spoiler, there are actually 2 PlayStation 1 games. I know, super crazy. Two instead of 1. So I'm ramping up. Like next year, I might pick up 3 games for the PlayStation 1. Listen, we're gonna start with some real retro stuff, like old stuff. You know, games that I played when I was growing up. Listen, I'm not saying that I'm old, but maybe a little bit. Yeah, the first game. Very excited about this one, because this is a game for the Super Nintendo that I was not really able to play like in the past, because I didn't understand it like that much with how you're supposed to play this game. But yeah, when I was testing it out and actually recording like footage of this one, it clicked within a couple seconds, and I was like, oh, this is how you're supposed to play this game. It is Uni Racers. Not a very expensive title, but yeah, I do believe this belongs like in a Super Nintendo collection, and it's also very rare that I add something to my Super Nintendo collection. A while ago I picked up like Mystical Ninja, like the Goemon game. And yeah, when I saw this one over there, I was like, yeah, that is on the Excel sheet for the Super Nintendo games of a game that I, you know, would like to have in my collection. And yeah, they had it like for a very decent price. I want to say for 10 euros. And yeah, was kind of like a no-brainer. Very happy with Uni Racers. Yeah, it's an odd title, like how you play it. It's like a racing game, but you kind of have to do like a couple tricks to kind of like boost. And it's very timely with like Mario Kart, like World coming out, and I've been playing that one a lot. Did a live stream for that one, so if you go to my Twitch channel, you can see more of me playing Mario Kart World. But yeah, you have to boost, and I think that's all it is. But you kind of need to know, like, okay, the track layout, and know where to boost and how much you, or not boost, but how much you can do like tricks to boost. I think I kept saying like boost and not that you do tricks, but you need to do tricks and just like flip around like the unicycle, and then you go a bit faster. But yeah, very fun. I actually enjoyed my time with this game. Now, the following Super Nintendo title yeah, there's another Super Nintendo game. This one was very high on the list because, I collect NTSC. It's very, uncommon that I see like NTSC Super Nintendo games. But I do see them like here and there at game conventions. I always know at a game convention that I most likely see at least one of them. So, yeah. But, it needs to be like a game that I really want to add to that Super Nintendo collection. I don't have like a ton of like Super Nintendo games, around 90 or so, and really focus on games that I played in the past or I am very interested in. But this one was still missing from a certain sub collection, and it's a very odd one because I don't see it that often, and I kind of don't want to import games. So when I saw this one, I also knew, yes, don't even think about it. I need to pick this one up, and luckily it worked out with the price. Maybe if they like ask like a very high price, I would not pick it up. But it is Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Now, again, I really don't see this one that often. I always see Empire Strikes Back or the first one. And especially on Vinted, I see like Empire Strikes Back like a ton. I don't know what the deal is with Return of the Jedi. Maybe because this one was maybe like released later in the Super Nintendo lifespan or something, and not a lot of people like picked it up, or because they knew like the other ones are too difficult to play and maybe not the most exciting like platformer games. I don't know what the deal is, but again, I don't see it that often. If you live in the US and you do see it like that often, do remember though, I don't live over there. I live in the Netherlands, and I need to import these games because I want to like NTSC games. So yeah, here though, here it's kind of like very, very uncommon. So I was kind of actually shocked to see it because really, I kept eyeing like Vinted for this game, and every time when I saw like a Star Wars game, I was like, oh, now this is Return of the Jedi, and then it was like Empire Strikes Back. But that means though, with this one, that I have like all, these are all the Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo, correct? So I have the Empire Strikes Back, of course, and also the first one. As a kid, I really enjoyed playing the Star Wars game. They're very difficult. I always tried my best to play them again and to actually get a bit farther along in the game. I think I always got stuck like in the second stage or so with the Sandcaller. You need to do like a lot of platforming, and I want to say I never was really able to even get inside the Sandcaller. Yeah, very difficult. This one is also a bit odd though with how it starts out, because it begins just being in some sort of like hover car type of deal, and you need to fly around and avoid like obstacles and to get somewhere. It's a weird start of a Star Wars game. The first stage, as an introduction, you boot it up, you expect like, hey, a platformer game, but then you get that. And I do remember though, when I played it for recording the footage, that it was way harder in the past when I was younger to play that stage, and I always kept failing, and now it was like easy again. I don't know, maybe I was like not the best like gamer. That's a word. That I was not maybe the most skillful game player. But yeah, this time around it was very easy. It was actually kind of boring, but it's a weird way to start a game. Anyway, very happy that now I own like all the Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo. So it's finally a weight off my shoulder. Like I got all the Star Wars games. For this one, I'm not really able to show like gameplay footage because it's a handheld game. And this one was actually like on the list that I had on my phone. And I have a very small list like, hey, for like reminders, like, hey, don't forget about this one because it's very easy to forget, and it is like a game that I do want to add to my collection. Listen, it makes sense up here. But it is Bravely Second, the end layer for the Nintendo 3DS. Very happy with this one. I never played Bravely Default, but I did own Bravely Default. And yeah, I really wanted to have this one. So I have like all of the Bravely games on the 3DS. But yeah, this is also this has always been like a game on my list of yeah, a game that I want to play. Never took the time to actually play it, but yeah, you know, I think like the visual style of like the Bravely games is very striking. I like the aesthetics of these games, and it also is a bit more like a traditional like turn-based RPG, very similar to like the Nintendo DS, like the Final Fantasy 3 and 4, which in turn are similar to like the NES Final Fantasy games, but you know, the art style, like the aesthetics. But it always also makes me think of like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I really like that aesthetic. So yeah, it's always a game that I thought like, hey, at some point I want to play it. And yeah, maybe now is the best time to actually play it because, you know, for the Switch 2, there's a remake of like, yeah, the first one. So this one. At some point I will try it out in a couple of years. No, sooner than later though. But very happy that I was able to get like Bravely Second because I don't see it that often. It's not too expensive though. But yeah, don't see it that often. So when I saw it, yeah, I want to get that one. There was another 3DS game that I was actually eyeing. That was the Kirby Planet Roboto. I still want to get that one for my 3DS collection as well. Oh yeah. Another reason why I wanted to pick this one up, might not show up on the cam. Well, there it is. It is actually published by Nintendo. And yeah, that's why I wanted to get it for my 3DS collection. Because at some point I want to have like all the Nintendo published games for the 3DS. Not like in a rush. Whenever I can add something to it, I will. At some point. It is a tricky sub-collection though, because of like the Zuma, those soccer games. Those are expensive. And Yokai Watch 3. That's also that is a rare game. It's actually crazy like how rare that one is. Yeah, let's I picked up games like for all kinds of different consoles. Yeah, let's talk about this one first. Maybe I'm able to add some gameplay footage of this one like up here, but might just add a trailer. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to like capture Switch footage. It's a Switch game. But this one was high on the list. It's Oniken plus Odellis. It's a collection. And yeah, the weird thing with this collection is there's no PAL or NTSC release. Now, these are two fantastic platformer games. And especially like Odellis is a fantastic looking like pixel art game. And yeah, for the Switch, I to some extent focus on picking up like pixel art games. And this is just a cool, very cool collection. Odellis is, I think it's fair to maybe compare to some extent with like Castlevania 1. There's some like item upgrades. It's supposed to be very difficult. I only played it for a little bit like on a PC. But yeah, I just wanted to have like that physical copy. But yeah, it's only like an Asian release, and yeah, I always kept eyeing it, but also saw that like it not being like available like that much. So when I saw it over there, it was for a very good price. Don't remember the price, but definitely way lower than I was willing to pay for it. So you know, but yeah, when I saw it, I knew I wanted to pick this one up. It's very cool. And like I said, it's a pixel art game, so it will remain timeless and very much like, yeah, looking forward to play some Odellis. It looks awesome, like with the color palette and such. And yeah, it's cool. Yeah, very happy with this one. But yeah, man, I don't know what it is with the Switch, but somehow like I just want to collect like all, or not all, but most of the like the pixel art games. Just like having those like on the Switch. Speaking of Switch, where's the other stick? Oh, it's hidden over there. There are way too many games. Or there are a few games that I want to show off. But yeah, at that convention, yeah, I did not even speak about like not showing anything about the convention. I just had a good time and did not record like anything of that convention. Just here to show off the games. In August, it will take place again over there in August, and I'm planning on going over there, and then maybe I will record like the venue itself. But this time around, it started to get busy. Was tired. Just wanted to focus on the games. The next game is another Switch title. This one was also on the list because of a couple of reasons. It is something that I don't show too often, though, and it's not something that I would normally like lean into. This is The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails. So this is normally not something that piques my interest to some extent, but this is like an action RPG. On the back of the box, it even says this is an intense RPG action, or that it features intense RPG action and that adventure awaits. But after playing Trials of Mana on the PlayStation 4, I've been really into a action RPG mood and really enjoy those games, especially also after playing like Ys Origins. It's just very fun, and this looks very similar to that. And I also really like the look of this game. Kind of like it gives off some like PlayStation 1 vibes, just with the art style. But yeah, very curious about this one, and I hope I am correct with this, because this is a series that is very difficult to follow, and you need to do like a lot of research to actually get an understanding of which games are supposed to be part of this, and in what order do I play these in. I spoke about these before, so I think I'm correct that this is another title that is part of the Trails. The Trails. Trails of Trails? Trails. Of this series. So I finished this one, really enjoyed my time with it. Like it's more like a turn-based RPG. Enjoyed my time with it. Started playing this because at some point I want to play like the PlayStation 4 versions, but this is the game that you need to play first to understand more of the story of the PlayStation 4 games, and then you have the PlayStation 5 for the Switch games. But then I started, this is the follow-up to that, like Azure. Started playing this like rightly after like Trials from Zero. Was a bad choice because that took 60 hours and I was 20 hours in this one, and it kind of like got burned out. Do want to pick this one up, but this is maybe I don't know where this takes place. But I think after playing like these ones and doing like research, this one popped up, and I was like, yeah, seems like a game that I will enjoy playing. So when I saw this, saw that one, I did not pick it up right away because I wanted to finish my rounds, and then I was like, no, you actually need to pick this one up because you will regret it. So I actually went back there. But you're at a game convention, and of course you're trying to find like a good deal. But this vendor always, is not really willing to budge on the price, which is completely fine. But they always say like, hey, no, I only give like a discount if you buy multiple games. So I started to kind of like look around, like, do you actually have something? Because normally they have like quite a few like Switch games, but like higher priced. And I was looking for something cheap, and suddenly I saw this one. And actually, this one was also very high on the list because I needed it to finish like another mini sub collection. Because I had like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Darkness. Listen, I like Pokemon for the DS though. Like, I'm missing out on the mainline Pokemon games, and a while ago I just started to focus on like the non-mainline Pokemon games. So you have like Pokemon Ranger, the Mystery Dungeon games, and there's another one. I still need to get like Conquest. But like I said, this is kind of like to finish off like a mini subset. Because I do own Explorers of Time. There you have it. And Blue Rescue Team. Yep. And a more uncommon Pokemon game, and this is the more expensive Pokemon game or the Mystery Dungeon game, and that is actually Explorers of Sky. This one is a heavy boy when you compare it to the other ones. But yeah, when I saw Darkness, I was missing out on that one. I was always eyeing it on like CEX, like, will I buy this one with a voucher or maybe on Vinted? But they had it like for a very good price. I want to say around like 20. And they gave like a €5 discount when I purchased it with the Nayuta game, together with the Nayuta game. So it really worked out. So very happy with that. I don't know, man. For the Nintendo DS, at some point, I want to get like a couple of those mainline Pokemon games. But they are also so expensive. But the Mystery Dungeons, I like Mystery Dungeon. I still, at some point, need to play like a Mystery Dungeon game. They always seem a bit daunting because of like the dungeon crawling, and if you die, you need to do things over again. But I am eyeing like the Shiren one on the Switch. Those are also seems very fun. But yeah, with the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, I just like the pixel art as well. It looks cool. So yeah, 3 games left, if I'm correct. This one, also very difficult to find. It's a GameCube title. Was very also on the list that I had on my phone. Like, hey, if you see this, you need to pick this up. And it's very difficult to find this one in English, and also to find it for a reasonable price. And that is Judge Dredd, Dredd versus Dead. And more commonly I see like the French version or the German version. But yeah, the English version, this might have been like the first time that I actually saw it like in person. It is in a good condition, not maybe the best. You kind of see it, that it's like sort of, wrapped or wrinkled, especially more on the back. So maybe some moisture, or it has not been like in the best, stored in the best place. But it's like reasonable enough, and the price was good. Listen, there's one thing that I might mention like later on in this video if I don't forget, and I also don't want to linger too long on it. Well, no, let's get into it right now. This vendor, they were super chaotic. I don't know what the deal was, but they did not price like any of the games. So that happened before I went to this vendor. That already happened like a couple of times, where they did not price their games, and I don't know why you do it, because maybe you want to maximize profits and you check like price charting. But before this one, maybe 2 or 3 other vendors had to check like price charting for the price, and then they started to figure out like, this is the condition. Maybe I could do this or this. Very annoying because it takes up time, and just have a sign up there like, hey, we deal with the price charting prices. So I know like if I am actually gonna check your games or not. Very annoying. Again, just price your games, please. Do that like a couple days before the convention or something, but don't check price charting, because it's I like the game convention experience. I like going over, trying to make deals, but if I'm dealing with price charting prices, I don't know what it is, but it's so life draining. It's like I'm there waiting. At a couple of vendors, I actually had to wait until they started to mention like the price, or they kind of finally figured out what the price was. Annoying. But this one, again, this vendor was super chaotic, and this one might have been like the most annoying one. But I'm gonna balancing it out like with the final game though, because that was a very pleasant experience. But this one, when I saw this game, I saw the condition. I know like kind of like the price, and I was dreading that they were like gonna mention like a very high price, around like 40 or so, because I've seen it like for 40. They're like the UK version. But when I asked the price, they said 15. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. For 15, I will pick it up. But then quickly they said like, no, let me check with my colleague over here. I was like, you just said 15. Don't mention the price and then actually go check the price if you're correct, because you should have like priced the games before, and don't do this. Anyway, bit lenient on that. Like, I don't mind. No, I do mind, but do your thing. Like, check it out, but don't come with like a higher price. So then I was like, they're gonna say like 40 or something, but the reaction is like, oh, this is a good deal, and then suddenly, no, it's no longer a good deal. But then they came back and said like 25, and I was like, okay, that's okay, because I was expecting like a higher price. But the box was a bit damaged, so I said like, hey, could you do 20? They didn't want to do 20. And to me, the offer of 20 was fair, because they said 15 and then 25. Let's meet in the middle, because you made a mistake. Right? You made a mistake. But now they said like, no, it's 25, but we will get you like a new case. There's a kind of like a scratch in the case. Like, it's a weird scratch. Will not appear like on the cam. But they said like, hey, come back here like in half an hour and we will swap like the case. Went back there like half an hour later. It was still chaotic. They said like, no, we didn't have time. Come back later. I said like 15 minutes. They said yes. And then I completely forgot about it and also didn't want to deal with it. So yeah, not a good experience. Not fun at all. So before I actually do show the game that I'm the most excited about, and that is like the most unexpected game, I'm gonna show a game that I did not pick up over there in Tilburg, but purchased via Vinted, and this is a PlayStation 1 game. Just gonna show it because I kept forgetting it. I think I purchased it like a month or so ago, but I kept forgetting it because it was actually like sitting on or near my PlayStation 1. But yeah, for the PlayStation 1, really want to pick up. I'm very picky with the PlayStation 1 games. I don't want to get wild and pick up like many PlayStation 1 games, and trying to focus a bit on games that I played in the past or games that I am very interested in, but mostly like games that I played in the past. And this is a game that I played a ton. Is it the best game? I don't know. I really like it. But I'm very happy that I do own it now, though. It is Apocalypse starring Bruce Willis. I liked playing this game as a kid, man. I enjoyed this game a ton. And especially like the team. It's like a run and gun, Contra-esque, like 3D environment. It's very much like a PlayStation 1 game. But I just like the cinematics, and yeah, it's Bruce Willis. And the thing that as a kid that I really enjoyed was like the team, because it's like sci-fi, but it also deals with like the 4 horsemen, and I don't know, I like that story beat with the 4 horsemen. So it was a perfect like combination, and the name is Apocalypse, man. It's Apocalypse. But it's a fun game. Playing it again though, for recording footage and just for fun, the performance is not the best. It's a PlayStation 1 game. But yeah, this one, when I saw it like pop up on Vinted, I knew like, yes, I will. Don't hesitate, purchase it, because yeah, I try to avoid like eBay and importing games. It's more fun to suddenly see something like this pop up on Vinted. I did have a PAL copy of this one, but just a loose disc, and I was kind of like okay with it. But then I saw this one for around maybe 20, and that, yeah, 20 for Apocalypse is a no-brainer. So happy with this one. The final one, though, yeah, to me it's a special one, for multiple reasons. Very pleasant experience with this vendor. They were very kind, and I saw this vendor after the Jutstred vendor. When I went to this vendor, they had several games, and I actually did not see anything that immediately stood out to me. But then I saw like, hey, this is like an NTSC PlayStation 1 game. And they also did not have like any prices on the game. So I was like, okay, here we go again. But they actually had like a Excel sheet like printed out with all the prices. And it was just a very pleasant experience. And if I'm correct, though, a bit of a sad story. They were selling like someone's collection that sadly passed away. So there was actually some weight to like that collection. And I think they were just like, yeah, okay, let's sell their collection like here to other collectors. Yeah, so the kind of like I said, backstory, but that already gives it like a bit more weight. I hope you know what I mean. But this is a game that I played to some extent. Always wanted to play it, but I think at the time when I was younger, was not really like understanding the concept of the game and how it was supposed to be played. But I liked the team, and yeah. It's somewhat of like a horror game. And I don't know where this fits in with Final Fantasy VII, but I was so addicted to Final Fantasy VII that I was really like, okay, Square Enix, this is a Square Enix game. Like, I want like another Final Fantasy VII experience. So I think that is why I was always eyeing this one. Anyway, this one is in such a good condition, and when I saw it, I knew, yeah, I had to pick it up. This was actually before I passed on picking up Rule of Rose for the PlayStation 2. I saw a sealed copy over there for $225. Passed on it because I do believe there are reproductions going around with Rule of Rose. I'm not too sure. I keep like trying to figure out like if that is actually true or am I making that up. But they were not really that vendor though. Before I continue talking about this one, that vendor was also a bit annoying to some extent because I said like, hey, is it like a legit copy? And they said like, when you buy it, you can unseal it and then actually find it out. And I was like, man, that is not funny, man, because it's a lot of money. But I actually passed on Rule of Rose, was really considering it. My feeling was I was really thinking a long time about it, like, hey, am I gonna spend like $225 for Rule of Rose? Passed on it and was thinking, no, I'm not gonna buy a sealed copy of Rule of Rose. I don't even care if I pay a bit more, rather pay less, but I don't want to have like a sealed copy of Rule of Rose because I need to know for a fact that it's a good version. Anyway, very happy that I did because I saw Parasite Eve for the PlayStation 1 at the other vendor. And yeah, it was just a very pleasant experience. They were asking 90 euros for Parasite Eve, and I will show the condition in a second. And they actually said like, hey, what do you offer? I say 90, and the vendor said 90, and I said, look, are you able to do like 80? And they said like, yes, that's fine. And it was a no-brainer to me. I don't collect like PlayStation 1 games like a ton. Like I said, this is the second game for PlayStation 1 game that I purchased like this year. But yeah, seeing like Parasite Eve, kept seeing it on Vinted as well, but there's quite a few like reproductions like going around, and I'm not sure if like PlayStation 1 reproductions have like the black disc. I do want to say some do. But I always see like for a higher price or too high that I'm not really like willing to spend on it, because I'm just not really collecting PlayStation 1 and I only have like one shelf and I want to keep it to this one shelf, although it is full now. But yeah, Parasite Eve, it's a difficult game to describe. It has horror elements. It has like, don't want to say like survival horror, but it's kind of like a RPG. And the combat is not really turn-based, but it's like active combat, but it has like RPG elements to it. Very difficult to explain. Hopefully you can kind of get like a sense of what type of game it is based on the footage. It's a very slow start, so the footage that I provide is only from the beginning. But yeah, this is just one of those games after playing like Final Fantasy VII, that was on my list. Like, oh, I like this. I like the intro. As a kid, I really liked the the intro. It's very horrific and gruesome. And yeah, I just want to check it out. There's a second one. Hopefully, at some point, I will see like Parasite Eve 2. And other than that, you have like the PlayStation Portable version, and maybe that is it. But yeah, let's. This copy is in a mint condition. It looks fantastic. Yeah, like the case, and it is of course complete, but also the manual just looks untouched, and also the discs like perfect. So yeah, it comes with 3 discs, but the game is on 2, and there's a demo disc in there. So it's the Squaresoft 1998 Collector CD Volume 1. Now I'm kind of curious what is on Volume 2. But this has like a trailer for Final Fantasy VIII, a trailer for Brave Fencer Musashi, and a trailer for Bushido Blade 2. And then there's a playable demo on there for Xenogears. Now, Xenogears is also, I want to say, like a very expensive but good PlayStation 1 game. Sadly, don't own that one. I do own Final Fantasy VIII, though. But yeah, it's in such a mint condition, and yeah, very happy that I was able to pick that one up. Very unexpected, because, you know, if I have to import like Parasite Eve, it becomes like too expensive to... It becomes too expensive. So seeing it there for that price, and being able to pick it up for 80, yeah, did not want to hesitate on it. And yeah, seeing that after declining like the Rule of Rose, I was very happy about it, because if I had picked up like Rule of Rose, I would not have picked up like Parasite Eve. Yeah, and I honestly, especially with the story attached to this game, of like the prior collector, and this is a game that I always really wanted to play and check out. I value that more than Rule of Rose, because although I want to have like all or the most like interesting like horror games on the PlayStation 2, and almost also kind of almost done with that sub collection, I feel like Rule of Rose is not like a big priority to me. It's a missing puzzle piece in that collection, but I'm okay with that. And yeah, I'd rather pick up like an unsealed version. And Parasite Eve, it's a cheaper game, but it's worth more to me. So yeah, can't wait to actually play it, and yeah, kind of figure out like what is Parasite Eve, and will I enjoy it? I think I will. I think I will. I like it. It's very cool. So yeah, those are the games that I've picked up at the Tilburg Game Convention. Yeah, no footage of the venue. It's very similar to like last year. It is a very cool game convention, and like I said, I'm heading back there again in August, at the end of August. And yeah, excited about that. When I heard like, hey, it's gonna take place in August again, I was like, oh, that's rather soon. But I think last year I was there. I was also quite successful over there, and there's just so many vendors and so many cool games over there that I'm actually gonna try my best to, yeah, save up some budget again, especially for just that game convention. Because yeah, especially today, I did not spend like too much. Did not go over budget even, and with every game that I picked up, I'm just very excited about it. Like Uniracers, Return of the Jedi, Bravely like Second, Judge Dredd. Really, this was one of the GameCube titles that you know, I'm still missing like a ton of like GameCube titles from the collection for a full collection. But if I was not going for a full collection, I was still, you know, I still wanted to pick up like Judge Dredd. I want to check this one out. First-person shooter, by the way. And yeah, Explorers of Darkness, the Anuta Boundless Trails, and then Parasite Eve, and yeah, Apocalypse. But I purchased that one on Vinted. That's gonna do it for this week. And yeah, I think it's actually time to play some games. Listen, I'm gonna play some Mario Kart World. Again, if you want to see me play some Mario Kart World, I did a live stream for the game 2 days ago. So check my Twitch channel. It should be there, like the VOD. Or else, yeah, you know what? Have a nice day. I'm gonna play some Mario Kart World now. Oh no, I'm gonna edit this video and then play some Mario Kart World. Thanks all for watching, and yeah, see you all later. Bye. To turn this off. Why?